We got 315 on the bar. Let's see how fast this moves. Kind of nervous, even though I could deadlift like 605. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the 315 squat and where does that place you among the general population, right? Getting straight into it, the average man can squat about 269 pounds to about 275. So a 315 squat immediately places you above average, right? And then here's, according to Google and multiple sources, 315 pound squat, only 17% of the population can do that, right? Again, places you immediately like into intermediate to advanced, right? Especially if you are like just like new to the squat movements, new to the squat pattern, never squatted before, and you get under a barbell and you squat 315, that immediately places you like above average, very well above average, because obviously you have more in the tank, right? You're gonna obviously have a lot of newbie gains, newbie strength gains. But in today's video, we're just gonna talk about 315. And it's so funny how a lot of people like to blow past 405. And a lot of people like to claim to squat 405 until you actually get them under that bar and they're just struggling on 225 and you're just looking at them silly. You're like, dude, what the hell? I thought you said you could squat 4 plates, right? I remember when I got under 315, like, yeah, I moved it pretty decently, but it was like having it on my back was like, it's a lot more different than me bench pressing it or me deadlifting it, right? Me bench pressing it is easy. I've learned that movement. And then deadlifting is a lot more easier for me just because of my leverages and my just anatomy, right? But having it on my back, like that amount of weight, just the squat in general on my back is a little different, right? Because in squat, you're going down with the weight and the goal is to come back up. And a lot of people don't come back up, right? They'll either fail it, like max attempt, or they're just like, this is just too heavy for me, right? And that's why, like for me, I still think deadlifts are the true sign of strength, especially conventional deadlifts. But squat, man, it's like neck to neck, right? When it comes to just signs of pure strength. Because one, you're picking up weight and then having it come down. And the other is you have the weight on you. You're going down and the goal is to come back up, right? Both are very applicable in the real world. And funny enough, I'm going to go on a little tangent here. Most of the patients, because I work at a clinic, I don't know if you know this about me, but I want to become a PTA, where the goal is to become a PTA. A PTA is a physical therapist assistant, right? I'm in school to study for it. And I work at a clinic with PTs and PTAs. And what we're having a lot of these patients do is pretty much squat based movements, right? Because the squat is so applicable to the real world, right? You're coming down and you're coming back up. You don't know this, but you're doing this all the time. When you do sit to stand, when you get up from a chair, like you get off the toilet after like taking a shit, man, like stuff like that. And this older generation or people who just came out of a car accident, they're needing to relearn how to do this, right? And that's probably why the general population has it so, like the data is so skewed, why most people just can't squat heavy is because they just, either their muscles are too weak or they just really need to relearn how to do all of it all over again. And why the reason I went on that tangent is to show how important squat is and how it really applies to what we really do in the real, like in the real world, right? Because again, in our PT clinic, we're just really doing a lot of squat patterns, right? Because sit to stands, or like assisted, squat movements, like the total gym. And it's really cool to see that, right? And it's cool to know that me squatting at relatively heavy, right? Like 315, like when I'm older, this is going to benefit me long-term. This is an investment, right? As long as I don't, go too PR hungry or keep chasing heavy numbers and big numbers, right? But yeah, that's a little tangent, but I would say it does have some, relatability, or it's still, it relates to what I'm saying, because even in like there's younger kids in there, like kids my age or just slightly older, who are still fit and young, but I'd asked them, I'm like, okay, like you're a lot more spry than like, the older patients we have, like what are your squat numbers or what are your numbers in general, right? Because you look athletic. And a lot of them were like, oh, dude, I never hit 225 on squat. And you just look at them crazy. It's like, dang, dude, really? I mean, I respect your honesty, but like, I'd expect if you're fit that you'd be able to. And a lot of them are like, nah, dude, I've never even got close to 315. I'm like, wow, holy Christ. And it's just stuff like that kind of blows my mind. And then let's see. Yeah, just 315, just getting back to the topic, 315 is a lot rarer than most people think. A lot of people like to, 405 is a different beast, right? And the funny thing is a lot of people like to claim they can squat 405. And I can only imagine how many people like actually went and did a squat like session with their boys and they were humbled under the bar, right? Like they got under 225 and their legs are already wobbling. And they're like, I thought you could do 405. And they're like, shit, I thought I could too. This stuff like that. But 315 is 100%. I wouldn't say it's elite or anything like that, but it is 100% above average. It is rare. I'd say it's like intermediate to advanced. And if you're squatting 315, hey, good stuff to you, man, right? And if you're not squatting, if your goal is 315, keep going for it, dude. Once you hit 315, you're stronger than the average man. Like, what more could you ask for, right? But yeah, that's the video for today. Just, like, comment, subscribe, and I really appreciate you guys. Thank you.